Welcome, everyone. It is December 4th, 2022. We are on the Morgellons Call of the Week. We've been discussing the benefits of boron, and we are entering our Q&A session right now.
Okay, great. One thing I do want to add to the boron discussion is that I've often said that Morgellons is not a big deal, and if you watch that video, and boron being the antidote to Morgellons and alkalizing your body, that's not a big deal, And if Morgellons were the only thing, it wouldn't be a big deal. The problem are all of the cofactors, which we talk about numerous occasions. Cofactors like Lyme disease, Strongyloides cervicalis, fungal infections, internal parasites, and the list goes on and on, different bacterial. It's that when Morgellons comes to the forefront, and if you have, you can have intestinal parasites for maybe 15, 20 years and live symbiotically with them, no big deal. But when Morgellons, boom, it can be a real big problem. So Lyme disease, strongyloides, different various bacteria. We've identified over 30 different cofactors that are different types of diseases that suddenly become a massive problem. And then it's important to take care of those problems. Fortunately, the protocol that I have basically handles most of those cofactors, not all, but most of those cofactors are handled, and we still are learning about other cofactors. So Morgellons is easy, but the cofactors can make Morgellons a nightmare and make it like a miserable life experience, to the point that just taking boron and alkalizing your body is not going to cause the result of getting rid of all the other hell that broke loose in the meantime. Okay, who do we have with questions?
I'm having a problem. I've gotten them off my body with your stuff that I've been using. I'm having a problem with my home. I haven't been able to go in my home without them attacking me and my vehicles. Mm-hmm. I need to figure out how to get them out of my home.
Okay, what have you done in your home and your vehicle so far?
I've used ammonia, and I bought one of your shockers. I just got it.
What'd you buy?
A shocker.
I don't know. You mean an ozone machine?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I haven't started using it yet.
All right.
But I was wanting to talk with you to see what I needed to do to get them out of my house.
Well, it can be a real big problem. And have you read chapter 3 of the book?
No, not yet.
All right. You need to read that chapter about 10 times. You need to ear dog it. You need to use little Post-its and make notes so that you can find it, because getting them out of your house and your automobile can be a massive problem. And the ozone generator might not be enough, and it is complicated to use an ozone generator. How many rooms does your house have, and how big are they?
My house is how many square foot?
1,080 square.
1,080 square foot. It's a small house.
Okay, how many rooms?
Just 2.
2 rooms. All right, that's not going to be too bad. You might be better with 2 ozone generators, 1 in each room. You run them on a timer. I think Robin runs them for 2 hours at a time, but it's recommended from the manufacturer to use a timer that comes with the ones that we sell. Run it for a half hour, off for an hour, on for a half hour, off for an hour, on for a half hour, and then off, and then let the room air out for a couple of minutes before occupying it with either pets or humans. And you do that for 21 days straight, because you may also be dealing with mites, and if you're also dealing with mites, the gestation period. The longest one is about 21 days, so that's why doing it is important to do it 21 days.
Right.
There's also the other pesticides or the things that we have. Boric acid is something that can be used. If ammonia, you can buy boric acid crystals, and the instructions are in a book how to put them into solution. You just put them in water and heat it up, and you can spray them. There's, we have 3 pesticides that you can use together: Onslaught, Exponent, and IGR. That's called the triple pesticide. Robin added 2 other ingredients to that. It's a zinc pesticide. So it's impossible really to tell to what level you're going to have to go to get them out of your home. Ideally, ammonia would do it, as it did for me, but it doesn't do it for everybody. And then you can step up. We have in the store, we have a organic disinfectant called Benefect. We have a chemical disinfectant called Mediclean. We have a good environmental disinfectant using enzymes, Clean-em-up-Zymes. And then we have an electrostatic sprayer. So it's a challenge. Every person has to figure out what level they have to go to accomplish the end result. Automobiles are difficult and complicated because you've got to likewise spray everywhere. Your heating system has a circulating system. Most of them have what is called a cabin filter. You got to find out, go on YouTube, look up your model, find out where the cabin filter is. You have to have that changed. Otherwise, it's just going to constantly be spreading the organisms back into your automobile. So then you got to figure out what you need to do in the automobile, whether ozone is enough. You don't do it for 2 hours in an automobile. You might do it for 15 or 20 minutes. So it's a challenge. It's a big challenge to get them out of your environment. Not for everybody, but for many of us. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
And then outside, you have the outside can be contaminated, your walkways, your shrubbery, and things like that. And then you have to look into using something like, what is your favorite, Robin? Fungicide 3?
Yeah,
by Garden
also
Safe.
These granules, something 8 that worked really well this past summer, which is why I only had to do it once. I can't remember the name of it.
Well, I would start with Garden Safe Fungicide 3. You could put that on a hose, and you can spray all around and so forth. And if that doesn't do it, then contact Robin and see what else she's discovered.
Okay, I will. All right.
And
Thank you,
Richard.
Yes.
Richard, can you also kind of go over what she should be wearing, like when she goes into the house?
Oh, you can do that, right? What do you suggest, Mary?
Oh no, Robin really does it.
Well, I mean, what I would not get I don't have a hazmat suit, but I wear heavy jeans, work clothes, nitrile gloves, working glasses like that you get at Home Depot, a mask. I cover my hair, and then when I'm done, I instantly put everything I was wearing in the wash, and I take a shower and use Nature's Gift of Brightening soap.
Now, if you're also dealing with Columbella and they're in your house, they're on the floor generally, and they can jump as high as about 18 inches. So you want to wear boots that go up riding boots. They go up at about 18 inches, so you're not being constantly attacked by them in the house until you get the floor cleaned up.
Oh, and you never want to go barefoot in your home.
Never.
And there's protocols for your shoes when you're wearing shoes that to clean them.
Right, you got to clean your shoes off because you can walk them from one room to another and from inside to outside and vice versa. So they're little hitchhikers. Okay.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate your help.
A short question with a long answer. And chapter 3 is about 50 pages long. Okay, thank you. Okay, who's next? You're welcome. Who's next? Keep coming back.
I'm so excited to hear from all you guys. This is so. I didn't know it was a group chat. So this is really cool.
Great.
I've been living a nightmare for like over a year now.
You've been living where?
A nightmare.
Okay.
Here in Indiana. A nightmare.
All right.
Yeah. I stay at my parents' house, and I noticed the first thing I noticed was about a year and a half ago, I think. I knew for a fact I was dealing with something last Christmas. So like last Christmas was not my best Christmas. I just turned 40 in October, and so my mom doesn't really quite believe me. I'm still trying to get her on board with me. It's really tough. We don't even have a washing machine right now, so we have to like. I do a lot of washing my clothes in like the bathtub and bleach, just bleaching my towels and my clothes and everything. And we do have a dryer. I would like to do the diet thing. I'm not really totally sure about that, but is staying away from sugar a thing? And I don't know about everybody else, but I came across a recipe that some lady had for putting on your skin, which I love. I'm so glad I found that. I probably might only even still be alive right now because of this recipe of Epsom salt, instant coffee, and turmeric, and you make like a solution with it. And that worked and still works like a charm at like pulling these parasites out of my skin. And I've tried eating it. I've seen 10 doctors, but every single one of these doctors and the emergency room here, and I've even gone to the health department around here, and they've all told me I'm crazy and sent me away. And I don't get any of the medications. I've never gotten any of them. Ivermectin. I haven't gotten any of the doxycycline. I've got none of the, none of those of the. Nothing. They've given me nothing. They basically all told me I'm crazy. And my mom's kind of like.
Excuse me. You haven't read the book yet, have you?
I know that it's like a thing. I know that like these doctors all like kind of rub elbows and they kind of like got in their. They just want to quit.
Okay,
and maybe it's because they're scared.
Let's cut to the chase. Okay. It's very important for you to read the book. It's very important for you to start the King Diet. The King Diet is in Chapter 4. The King Diet also exists as a standalone PDF that you can load on your phone and take when you go shopping. So that is the crux of the program. The fact that you found turmeric and the other two ingredients are helpful, that's wonderful. It doesn't mean that it would help everybody because we're all different. Right. Morgellons takes its form in each of us differently. Different symptoms, different skin problems and issues. So, but it's very important for you to keep coming back to this program. But in order to keep up with us, you need to read the book, become an expert on that diet, and get rolling. Okay?
Okay, sure. Could you maybe just kind of give me like a quick kind of version of the diet? I know there was something about eggs and rice.
No. You got to read the book. You have to read the diet. Bottom line is you can't have anything with soy, any oils other than rice bran oil, real butter, or animal fat. You can't have any fruit other than lemons and limes, and you can eat all the protein you want except for nuts and legumes in the beginning. But
really? Okay, I will totally. I'll read that. So your book's called. I'm sorry. It's just the King's Diet book.
It's how to get your life back from Morgellons, chronic Lyme, and other skin parasites. If you've got this email, every email that comes out in the first paragraph has a link to where you can download the book and the diet.
Okay. That's awesome. I've had this number because I ordered the soap like quite a few months ago, and this is just the first Sunday that I've actually caught you guys in time to. So okay, that's great. Yeah, thank you.
Yep, keep coming back. We're here to support you getting your life back. Thank you. Okay.
I will. This is great. Thank you. Awesome.
Who's next?
The young man that just spoke. You are in the beginning of starting to get your life back. If you get the book and read the diet. I have had mental issues lately on just get your life back. I will never get my life back the way it was before. And I think because I keep that in my mind, to get my life back, it becomes more and more depressing to me. I can try to keep my health back. I want to get my health back to where, you know, I'm my nerves are rather rough, and I'm very isolated, and I used to be a very outgoing person. I feel fragile, and that would definitely not be anything that you would say about me before fragile. I'm not going to get that life back, and I want to be a realist here, and I don't want to.
Well, let me ask you, Jan. May I ask you how long you've been on the diet and how long you've been in the program?
I've been in the program about 2 years now.
Okay.
And I started out thinking, what is this telling me not to take my supplements? Everyone that can hear me, if you are taking your regular supplements that you took, and not Richard, stop taking them. You are feeding your problem. And so I went through that phase of saying, you know, I mean, my gosh, I've been taking these supplements for a long, long time, and, you know, it's going to change me. And they were helping me. But now I had this disease, and I didn't understand the power of this disease. I didn't understand how this can take you down. And so when I got off of my supplements and I got on Richard's supplements, a huge change. I'm taking some supplements that I could feel benefits the next few days. So everything in the book is correct. And it's been, in the beginning, you don't know, you're in shock. You don't know really what to do. You don't know, you're angry. You don't know how this happened. You just feel like a freak. And you're tired of not sleeping. You're tired of going through all that. And I think that is what I need to get over in my mind, of what I went through, of what, and I mean, I listen to you guys. Everybody slips back. Every one of you. Everybody slips back into something, or gets a bite, or has to start over, or has to go back and re-clean their home, or has to do something. So I think, to be a realist, my life is going to be changed forever now, and I think that everyone needs to think this way. It's not going to be the same life I had before, of not having a care in the world.
Okay. Let me address the issue here about what getting your life back means. Getting your life, there's no way that I could possibly ever know what getting your life back would mean to you, or to Robin, or to Mary, or to the thousands of other people that have been in the program. There's no way I could possibly know that it would be meaning that you'd be back on stage, or that you'd be a social butterfly. Or getting your life back is getting the point where you no longer are itching and biting 24/7. Getting your life back means that you can get 7-8 hours of sleep, peaceful sleep, restful sleep. Getting your life back means that you're no longer itching and scratching and worrying about whether you're going to die from this disease. That's what getting your life back. Now, all the rest of what you're saying comes along with inspiration and the power of affirmation. That is possible. But if each person has their own goals in mind, and that there's no way that I could tell what that particular goal would be. Now, for me, I have my life back 100%. I've always been quiet. I've always been reserved. I've never been an outgoing person. I've never been the social butterfly. I've never been, but I'm back to me, okay? I've started over at least a half a dozen times, if not more.
That's just like saying, oh, I'm never going to have a normal life because every fall I catch a cold, or I can catch the flu. I mean,
well, this is a little worse than a cold.
There are parasites in the environment. Springtails live in the dirt. Mites are everywhere. It doesn't have anything to do with not getting your life back. It means if you get infested, you know what to do. It's
well, according to you guys, then I do have my life back. According to what y'all are saying,
yes.
I don't itch. I
You
don't
what?
have, I
Don't.
don't itch. I clean my home. I get up in the morning with the electrostatic sprayer in my hand, and I spray the kitchen floor. I spray the kitchen cabinet. I spray, and so
Right.
that's a habit.
No, you
That's
don't
a
have.
great
You
habit.
when you have your life back, you won't have to do that every day.
That's true.
Well,
You won't have to use the electrostatic sprayer every day.
I would have to move to a different home because
Well,
in our
if your
home,
if your house is so infested that it can't get better, then yeah, you might have to move to a
no,
Yes.
different home.
it's not that infested. It's just like the floor. We have ceramic tiles that we proudly put down a few years ago, and that it is a soft material, and they can sink down into it and they can come back up. So I could wipe this floor every day.
You can still get rid of them. No, you can. They can be gone. I'm telling you that.
No, they sink.
Well, let's not. The possibility is you may have to replace that flooring. Okay.
Well, it's true. We need to replace the flooring, but my husband, it's very expensive, and he doesn't want to spend the money. But
Well,
so
okay,
I don't
that's a
even
personal
mind doing
choice.
that.
What's that?
I kind of don't even mind that, what I'm doing. I mean, it's just that I had just this unrealistic version of getting my life back. I'm really proud of myself, and I'm really grateful, so grateful to you, Richard, and I would not even think I would not even maybe be alive if it wasn't for you. I would have been so sick. But I am in a good place. Just last night I went Christmas shopping for Christmas ornaments, and that place was so filled of bugs. This world, everywhere I go, there are bugs. I see my neighbors. They've got them all over their clothes. We're sprayed here a whole lot. I walked out before in a coat, and I walked back in, and there were sparkly things all over my coat, and it was a very expensive coat. And to dry clean it, they won't come out. It's ruined. So, I mean, that's a fact of life. We have had 5G in Houston since 2018. AT&T put it in 2018 here. So we've been under that for that long now.
Been under what? What did AT&T put in?
They put in 5G.
Oh, 5G is active in your area.
Yes, and so and they said it was by invitation from businesses. That's how they've labeled that now, so that they're clearing themselves of any probably lawsuits or whatever, that they were invited by businesses to put in 5G. So all of that we just have to live with, right? And I mean, I sound really angry, and I'm really surprised. I'm not. I'm really surprised that I even sound this way right now. But I went to the store last night, and I picked up something. Oh, it's so cute. Christmas, because I threw out all my Christmas. I had a tremendous collection of the most beautiful Christmas. I'm 71 years old, and I love my home. And I've just had the most precious and wonderful things, and I've had to just get rid of so much, like we all have. So I'm starting, each season. I'm not going to put a ton of money, but I've got to have some Christmas things. And I'm like, oh my God, I have never been in a store so filled with bugs in my life. And I realize I go shopping at a local store, clothing that that I've always gone to. I look down, there's bugs on my pants and on my shoes. They're everywhere now. I mean, you just can't escape it. But I am proud of myself because I did see where I was making mistakes using my own supplements, and I changed. The briding soap, I mean, if I had to sell my car, I would do that in order to buy the briding soap and the things that I do from the store, because I would say the life I have right now is because of that and Jesus Christ. And he led me to you, Richard, and you did the rest. And so it's a great job that you've done. It's amazing things that you've done for people with this disease. Amazing. And I just love everyone on the call so much. and I hear someone like the young man, and my heart just breaks. He just got to get that book in him. So, I mean, if we don't read the book, I keep the book. My pages have fallen out, and I just ordered a 2012 version. That book is my Bible that because sometimes you forget a little something, and I refer to the book all the time. I might do a recipe or might whatever. But, I mean, I have a happy life. I have my cocoa drink, and just that gives me such comfort and joy. And I just sit there, and it's something safe to drink and safe to use. And my debriding soap and my electrostatic sprayer, it all makes my life so much easier. The supplements, it is kind of a thing that I have been nauseated lately, and I have taken boron, but I do take the enzymes, and I was taking the supplements, and my arms just kind of broke out. Well, it was the parasites leaving my body, and so then I thought, you know what? I'm going to start on the Lufeneron. And the first time I tried Lufeneron, I don't know if anyone remembers, but I had such breakouts that I got off of it. But then I heard on the call people that were taking it and that they had the same problem, but they kept going. They didn't stop. They went through it, and they broke through that and to the other side. And so when I got on the enzymes and all the things that, from the store and I was breaking out, I thought, this is just what I look like taking Lufeneron. I'm going to keep taking this, and I'm going to get the Lufeneron again. So I ordered it again. Right now, my scars are healed, healing very, very. In fact, the Lufeneron, it seemed like in days, I was stunned that the scars were healing so fast. Lufeneron is the answer to me, for me. And the supplements that I use from the store, and the debriding soap, and the electrostatic sprayer, and the book is what I have to live on. According to you guys, I have my life back. But unfortunately, I'm having a hard time finding my footing to get back into life according to where I am now, because it's not the exact life. I'll never have that exact life again. And, I mean, Robin had bugs in her wood floor scrubbing not that long ago. These are things that I just have had to come to realize are going to always be a constant thing to watch in my life. I've had bugs in my car. I found it quite easy with the electrostatic sprayer to spray them out, and I luckily we have those vinyl things. They didn't get in the carpet in my car. They're just on that plastic, that hard thing that you buy, and so that saved my car. I've never had another problem in my car. I have a husband that doesn't have this at all. He occasionally would get some bites on his legs, and I think, oh my gosh, that looks just like me. And I said, use the debriding soap. In 3 days, debriding soap has gotten off of him, and he's healed, and it's over. So I see both sides of everything, but frankly, he does get on my nerves when I say, it looks like there's bugs in that, and he goes, that's just dirt from the shoe. that's just dirt from your stay. So I know what bugs look like.
You go in stores and you see bugs, and he just sees dirt. Okay.
I tell you. In fact, Richard, anyone that does not have this disease, they don't see bugs.
I know.
They don't. And come on, somebody please say, it gets on your nerves when people say, that's just specks from paper towel, that's just your paper towel just broke or whatever, And so it's an awareness. It's where I am now. My life, to get my life back, it's not going to happen to get my exact life back. But it's helped me today just to say this out loud. I feel a release right now because I've been able to say out loud to people like Robin and to you and to Mary and Chris that I highly respect. And I've said it now, and I feel better for some reason. But I'm not going to have that exact life back. Something horrific happened to me, and it happened to affect I am one of the people that it does affect. But my God, I had the book, and I have Richard, and I have Robin, and I have Mary, and everyone out there that hears my voice. I have you to share it with, or I wouldn't be here today. So that would not be very. I have Jesus Christ first of all, and so without that, I wouldn't be alive. And I really love my life still. I still have joy. I still have fun. But, every now and then I hit a wall, and I think I hit a wall just recently because I have...
May I say something?
Please.
Stress is anything that requires us to adapt or change. That's a definition given by a notable researcher, Hans Selye, way back in probably the 50s or 40s. Anything that requires us to adapt or change. Now, any disease requires us to adapt or change. You remember Christopher Reeves?
Yes.
His life was wonderful. His life was great until he fell off the horse and was paralyzed for the rest of his life. He adapted. He changed. He took on other challenges. It wasn't the same. He never got his life back according to what he would like it to back, but he made his life even better.
There you go. Yeah. And he was an inspiration to us right now. We're learning from him still.
Right.
So this is a fact, and I have been able to adjust my brain right now. But the thing is, it's just the nerves, my nerves pop, and I kind of jump. And so I got to get used to that. I mean, I'm going to, and one of the doctors that I went to gave me, what was the medicine that people said you shouldn't have taken? Richard, it was
Wellbutrin?
No, it was the one. What was the name of that? It makes it made me feel really happy.
Thing that you used to take, and they have a new name for it now. I took it for 4 months.
That one.
Yeah.
So I went to this doctor. He did write Morgellons on a piece of paper as I was walking out and slapped it in my hand. I didn't even know what it said. He was so disgusting. But he did prescribe that pill for me. So
Aura?
I came home with, what is it?
Aura?
Yeah, that's the old name for it.
That's the old
name. Yes, okay. Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I took that pill. I was so happy. I got on HSN and QVC and spent $5,000, and I bought everybody I knew a present. And because I had this list I had a list of the heaviness off of me. I can totally understand why you had to have that pill, and I want it back. But my husband came home and said, "What the hell? You spent $5,000 because that pill throws those pills away." And so it was a financial thing for him, but it was a great life for me. It could have helped me right now today, because now that I know, Jan, put your credit card away when you take the pill because it makes you happy that you want to buy everybody a present. That's
you forgot me.
Since I was a child, I love to buy people things. I'm that way still. I buy things for Christmas. I can't wait to give it to people, so I give it to them early, and I buy them. I'm a very giving person in that way. So maybe it's a flaw. I don't know if it's too much of a good thing.
Well, I want to let everybody out there know that you are the only person, as far as I know, in the 20 years that I've worked with people taking ORAP that has had this particular response to taking ORAP.
And I told him, I went back to this doctor, and I said, well, the pill made me really happy. And he went, happy? Like, what was wrong with me? It made you happy? I went, yeah, it made me very happy. And my husband told me I can't take it anymore. So he was pretty true, Richard. He was like, it made you happy. He just, looked like, what an idiot. That's how he was trying to make me feel. So I remember, I wish I hadn't have thrown it away. I could have half one and taken it, and maybe just felt a little happy. Maybe it was too strong. It was too much of a good thing.
Okay. Okay. I think we have to. I love having you share your experience. I think we have to move on, though. I do want to make one comment, though. People say
Okay.
things happen for a reason.
Yes, I believe that.
Why did you get Morgellons? What was the reason?
I really believe there's so many things that have happened to me that I don't know why, but my faith in God, I know that there's a reason. I do value my life so much more right now. I do value everything, all the gifts God gave me in my life more. Just to be able to sit down and have my hot chocolate, my cocoa from the store, and just sit there. It's just like I'm having Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like such a great feeling, to
Oh,
feel good.
you might love our chocolates. We're coming out with chocolate probably next week.
Gosh.
Oh, well, anyway, back to the reason. My belief is that there is no directed reason. It is for each of us to deal with the stress and find the reason for ourselves.
Yeah,
So it's for
true.
us
That's
to
very true.
it's for us to either be destroyed by the things that have happened to us, or to creatively utilize that to benefit ourselves and others as well.
Well, to be honest, I mean, in the Bible, God, we're here for spiritual growth. And I have grown spiritually by leaps and bounds through this whole thing. And I find what you have done, and I find what Robin does and what Chris does. To get a box from Chris, the way he wraps it so beautifully. When I get things from Amazon and they throw something in a clear plastic bag and it's destroyed, I mean, you do everything at such a first-rate level in what you do. And so to find you, because I can't find anyone that cares as much besides you and Robin and Chris and the people that are lining, Mary. And so this is where I find my nourishment, that there are people that care about things as much as I do, and that want their life, and that want to be able to celebrate their life no matter where you are, no matter what you're going through. If you're breathing, you're meant to be here, and there's a reason why. I just had my best friend that I've known since the 5th grade pass away, and the doctors would not give her her back surgery. She couldn't walk. She couldn't get out of bed, and she contacted Morgellons, and she sent me a picture, and she goes, "I'm itching so bad," and I just died inside, because here she was. She couldn't get out of bed. She wore a diaper. She was in the bed, and they were eating her up. And so I sent her everything I could. I did everything, and she, disagreed with the ingredients. So she passed away. But as she was dying, she's itching, and she's going through what we all went, but she couldn't get out of bed, and she was not in a mind state. You know what I'm saying? Her mind couldn't deal with what I was trying to tell her to do. And she had her sons just didn't take good care of her, that she's taking care of. So I've just been through that. So I'm probably trying to work my mind, wrap my mind around that, because unfortunately her niece sent me a picture of her after she passed away, and I could see the damage that Morgellons had done someone on her. And then the doctors wouldn't take her in for the surgery. And she told me what the doctors told her about the itching, about the bites and everything. I'm like, no, you got it wrong. You've got it wrong. You've got to listen to me. And it didn't happen. And I lost, and she passed away, and she was my age. And she's the only friend that's like a sister to me since the 5th grade. Mm-hmm. And so I've just lost her, and I just lost another relative, very young woman. Well, to me, everyone's young right now, but she was like a lot younger than I am, and so I just think, gosh, I'm still here. I'm still here. There's a reason why I'm still here, and I feel better. I feel so much better talking to you guys, and thank you, Robin. I love you, Robin. I love everything that you do. I haven't heard you sing though lately.
Well, maybe today. Okay.
I sing a song, Robin, because it just don't know. It means so much to me, and I always hang up, and it always makes me cry.
Okay. Well,
so,
Jan,
anyway, everyone, keep stick with Richard. Stick with the book. Don't take your own supplements. Don't stop buying debriding soap, and read the book and stick with that. You're going to get there. Probably everyone there would love to be where I am right now, and I just want to know I'm grateful to be where I am right now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Robin.
Your testimony is incredible. Thank you. Okay.
So, Robin, you have no idea how much you've touched my life. Mary, you have no idea how much. So y'all need to understand how much power you have in your kindness and the time you give us. Chris is like this amazing person, and I feel is a friend of mine. And I just so look up to Richard, because you do things in such a fantastic way, in a smart way, and you care. And thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much for sharing. I want to say to you that this works because you are open to us. Unfortunately, your friend that passed away, unfortunately, she had closed herself, and that is nothing that you can do anything about. I mean, it is so sad that when
beautiful.
they're so sad when the people that we love the most do not share the same enthusiasm or allow us to participate in their lives.
It's so true. That is so true, Richard.
So sad.
Please put that in somewhere in the book. Because don't go in this thinking you're going to get this kind of what you get from Richard and what you get from Robin and everything. Don't think you're going to get this probably anywhere else in your life if they don't have Morgellons. And so I have to release that.
Thank you. It's so sad that there are so many people that order the first order of the debriding soap, and they don't read all the information. I say the diet is important. Do the diet, read the book. They order the debriding soap. They put it on their body. They don't know how to use it. It doesn't work, and they run off onto something else. It doesn't work. It's so
I say this just real quick? I want to say something real quick. If everyone would go on Amazon and leave a good review for the book, because I go on Amazon a whole lot, and that's how I found Richard. And so, but there are people that have never read the book that don't even have Morgellons, and they give these horrific bad reviews and talk about how much his supplements are, how much things are overpriced, and it's just fake and phony. They don't even read the book or have Morgellons. So I went in, I put in a review that I thought would kick their ass. And if everyone would go in there and put a review saying, I don't know how these bad reviews got here, but here I am in my life today because of Richard Coons and his team and his positive, and because of debriding soap. And they complain. Why do they complain about the price of things? They're not even using it. But it has saved our lives, and all of you that are getting better. It's going to get. I don't have any issues right now with any sores or anything right now, and I had them all over my. I've got pictures that just would scare people to death, but I'm not there anymore. It's just that I have mental damage, and I'm healing from that slowly. And today's really helped me. But let's help Richard by going in and writing a good review that you firsthand knowledge have read the book or on the diet. Use the debriding soap. That's what I did. And
thank you.
Because if there's one person that reads those things that has Morgellons, that doesn't buy the book, that doesn't seek Richard, because we know this is the one true place to get help, the only place. So if it scares those people off, they're going to continue to suffer. So for all the other people, please go and write a good review on Get Your Life Back book on Amazon. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you, Jan. Okay, anyone else, Chris?
I have a question about the electrostatic sprayer. Now, I love the cleanup enzymes, but I understand from past calls and from Chris sharing that we should not mix the enzymes with any other product. So I'm a little confused about that. How do you put the enzymes in the sprayer mixed with another, like a pesticide? Wouldn't that make the enzymes inert?
No,
And I wanted,
you do not mix anything with the enzymes. There's
okay, in the sprayer. In other words, in the sprayer. So, and the other thing too is, my prayer would be to have a larger bottle of the enzyme, because we've been using like a half of an ounce or an ounce, because it can go really fast. You know, I forget how large the
9 ounces.
container is.
It's I think 9.5 ounces. And,
yeah, I wish it was larger, because, what would be the minimum of the enzymes to put in the sprayer then? Because if it's, I know Robin uses a quarter of a cup, but that wouldn't last very long. The bottle wouldn't last.
The dilution table is on in the store, so you go by that dilution table.
Oh, I don't know where that is. It's in the store?
Do you order from the store online?
I've ordered from Chris, so I go online. Okay.
You call your order in then, huh?
Yeah. I need to do that, because we have an issue sometimes here with getting. It's a whole other story. Getting our delivery correct here. That's another, anxiety that I face with the packages being delivered to our door or not to our door, and now especially around the holidays, we had a stranger knocking on our door the other night, but anyway, that's irrelevant. So to get that, I'm losing my thought. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I apologize.
I'm looking at the table right now. For household application, a half ounce for a gallon of water.
Okay, and half an ounce gallon of water. I've been using distilled. Does it matter if you use tap?
If you it has here for the electrostatic sprayer 1 ounce per 32 ounces of water. I don't know how much. I think the electrostatic sprayer is only about 16 ounces. So a half ounce for the tank is all that you would use.
Okay, 1/2 ounce. For how much water? I'm sorry, I apologize. I can't get this.
1 ounce per 32 ounces.
Okay, bear with me a second. For 32 ounces, okay, and then a half an ounce per what was that, please?
16 ounces. I think that's about all that goes in the electrostatic sprayer.
Oh, okay. Because I wish maybe down the road, if it's possible, to have a larger bottle of the enzymes.
We can take that up. We can take that up with Chris.
Yeah, and then I have thank you so much, and I have another quick question.
Can I interrupt for one
I'm sorry.
second? I just want to interrupt for 1 second. You
Sure.
can make, when I use the electrostatic sprayer, I use a quart pitcher, and I make a larger amount, and then I just fill the sprayer from the pitcher, and it just sits there. But I never had a problem mixing enzymes with fungicide 3, with neem oil. It's just that you have to use a very small amount, and you have to clean the sprayer with super hot water afterwards. And we talked about
real hot water. I mean, not just warm, but very hot.
Water.
Like boiling water.
Well, no. I mean, I don't know. I
well,
don't boil. My sink has hot water so hot you don't want to touch it.
You could do that, but our recommendations are basically only use it alone. They are living enzymes. Living enzymes are living organisms, and if neem oil kills any living organism, it's going to kill it. It's going to kill some of them.
It doesn't kill. Well, like peppermint oil is.
Do what you want, but that is my recommendation. If you go, if you do it
enzymes didn't work alone for me, but when I added the neem oil, it worked.
Okay, well, you have to experiment.
I'm sorry, how much neem oil did you put in there?
Well, I'd make a quart, and I'd put in. I got the concentrated neem oil, and I'd put in like a capful, and that's it.
Okay, capsule, and then to make sure that you clean the sprayer, the nozzle, with hot water to touch. Okay, afterwards, because otherwise they say not to use any oil.
Take what Richard's saying seriously. I mean, I would never mix enzymes with anything else except this neem oil that I use because that works. Anything else, you're going to kill the enzymes.
Okay, and what is the brand of the neem oil? I'm sorry again. That's fungicide free. I'm confused.
You can buy it at any gardening store, Home Depot. There's all different brands, but they all have the same ingredients.
So any brand of the neem oil. Okay, and
we have neem oil in the store.
Okay,
fungicide,
great.
Miticide, pesticide.
And can I ask another quick question? Is unrelated to, you know, I have the supplements, many of them here, and because of my life situation, environmentally challenged, sometimes my being structured is not in my best interest. Can I take everything together? You know, because you have to really break it down, like before meals, after meals, this, that, and the other thing. Can I take like the calcium diflex that I have for the fungus and the Clean-em-up-Zyme enzymes and all that? Can I take everything together without having to program myself?
There's only some that you cannot take with food. Like the I can't pronounce it. The enzymes, you cannot take them with food. You just got to read the labels on your vitamins. 90% of them you can take with food. There's two.
Right. I have to read the labels because sometimes it gets overwhelming to figure. You know what I mean? It's like I've got so much going on.
Place. Put the ones that you're going to eat without food one place, and the ones that you're going to eat with food in another place.
Take a tablet and a pencil and make a list of each one, and note which ones you can have with food, and which ones you can't. So
okay.
You don't have to
I have to read. I got to read the labels. Okay, because it can get much. You know what I'm saying when you're dealing with a lot.
Okay.
Okay, I appreciate
right.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Keep
so
coming
much.
back.
Thank you.
Bye, Anna. Have a good week. Who's next, Chris?
I've experienced a bit of a setback this week, and I know why it is. Because I'm a new person, and I got my parasite stop, and I ran out before I placed my order. In other words, I ran out of my parasite stop, and it was really helping me a lot. And after running out of it, my scalp is being affected again. So I made a new order coming, but I just wanted to say to everyone, don't run out, as you never know what it is that's actually doing the holding everything together. Yeah. So in other words, in my life, parasite stop was extremely important, and I ran out, and I've learned a lesson. So I just wanted to hand that down to you guys if it would help any new person, new people.
What would help? What would help would be send me an email to that effect. Send me an email about your experience, because oftentimes we don't know what these supplements do until we run out of them.
Right.
Then we
right.
wake
well,
up. We wake up.
The herbalist that you worked with to create that product, you guys were right on it for me. You were right on the number. You know what I mean? You and I've done everything that you've told me to do. Okay, and I wanted to also tell you that I got the lactose-free milk because I couldn't get my goat's milk anymore. And the lactose-free milk is available at my dairy and many other places, not just Costco, Richard.
Oh,
so
good.
It works. It works. Okay, they don't have. I'm not affected by it.
No
one
other...
more thing, and then I'm going to get one more thing because this is very important. I noticed that they were coming out from underneath my toilet. That the seal where the toilet sits on top of the tile is an area that they have been able to get into. And so I just wanted to tell everyone, look at your toilets. Look underneath your toilets. if you're experiencing outbreaks, because those little suckers, they're in there. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Yes, they love damp areas, piping that's leaking, or any place that there's moisture collecting. They thrive. Columbella does in those areas. So yes, thank you so much for sharing, Joy. Keep coming back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else, Chris?
I have been doing really well. I got the diet to kick in. I've had awesome progress. And I just have a couple of questions. So first, I wanted to ask that happy pill that was talked about. Is that that's the OLAP?
Well, yes, ORAP, Premazod is one of the medications recommended in the book, and the reason it's recommended is that we found that it reduces dopamine uptake in the brain, along with
and that's the same thing as the parasite stop, right? Like basically
the purpose of the purpose of the parasite stop formula is to replace all of these medications that can have side effects, or people just don't want the stigma of taking antipsychotic medications. Not that these herbs don't also too have side effects. So in the store, you need to read all the complete description about all the different herbs and what to look for if there are any side effects.
Yeah. Okay. So, but that is the parasite stop is basically the supplemental form of ORAP, right?
Right.
Awesome.
That's
okay,
what
I have some left over. I'm going to start taking that again. Just because I did notice a difference with it, as was mentioned. I haven't really had any fighting or stinging. My house is pretty well, taken care of. I do have some issues with, the people downstairs have dogs, and I feel like that they're kind of a harbor. But, I've just been taking extra precautions myself. So the second question that I had to move along, because I know you're short of time, the boron, that can be just taken as borax, right?
Well, you can. You can take they say you can take a pinch of borax, but you don't know how many milligrams that is. You're really not controlling it.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's not pharmaceutical grade. It's not pharmaceutical grade either. So.
Right. Yeah. I was just thinking because I have it here, so I can take some tonight. The last question I have is there a clothing material in particular? It's probably a Robin question. That would be like the most recommended. I know she mentioned jeans are good for cleaning and stuff. I just find that I have a lot of things, just even string and stuff gets stuck in my skin. My skin's just very sensitive now. And some sweatshirts or jackets and stuff like that, fuzzy stuff. I didn't know if there was something in particular that could be the best stuff to wear.
You're asking what fabrics to wear for clothing?
Yeah.
Robin, you have an opinion on that?
I do. I wouldn't wear anything thick and fuzzy until you were kind of clear.
Right.
But they don't like smooth, shiny fabrics. They love cotton. They love organic things, but they not so much anything satiny, polyestery, stretchy. They don't like those as much. I mean, they'll get into anything, and you have to do the laundry protocols.
Yeah.
But so if you have a cotton T-shirt and a silk T-shirt, go with silk.
Right. Yeah. It's all my clothes from the summer. Everything has, shredded. But oh well. God has provided, so it's okay. And I did find out just so other people, Vineyard Vine, for some reason their cotton shirts have lasted. I don't know what it is about them, but I don't know if anybody else has had any of these problems. But yeah, I've gotten the laundry down much better. Thank you so much, Richard, Robin, everybody. She was the woman earlier, I forget her name, I think Jan was talking about,
Jan, yeah.
Life is different, but I've gotten my life back, and I have a new set of, like, a new purpose today, like you said, there's got to be a reason for everything, and there were just things in me that, like, I needed to be taken out, and there's, like, a certain level of humility that I think, like, losing my hair and going through this torture is what it was the only way, and now today, yes, like, I used to walk around the world, and the world did have bugs everywhere, and they didn't affect me at all, and now I am aware of them like crazy, but, like, now I have the ability to protect myself from these bugs that were driving me crazy before. I just didn't have all these crazy symptoms because they hadn't completely gone systematic yet. So, knowledge is definitely, it's valuable, and having the ability to be able to help yourself and help other people and avoid places that are infested. I think she mentioned that, like, shopping at the same place, and, like, that's probably one of the places that, might have contributed to it. Like, I've had to change where I shop, and, but life is really, really beautiful today, and I have a new sense of gratitude that I didn't have before. And also, just last thing is that, back in October, I got the diet in, and I was still, like, struggling with, before October, I was just, like, struggling with stress, and it was, like, keeping me sick. And once I changed, like, all the things that the way I was looking at it, from, like, this is here to hurt me to this is here to help me grow, and started to have gratitude, things really started to shift. I was more able to get the diet to kick in because I wasn't fighting it anymore. I was grateful for it. I was grateful to know that, getting a healthy diet like this, which is actually, like, the best thing I could have done for my body, and I'm better off for it now today, like, that's giving me the ability to live healthier. And, and I'm grateful for that. So, once I changed my attitude to gratitude, really things started to shift. I was able to be grateful about the diet that was given to me, not, like, forced upon me, and I'm living a life that I can live and I'm happy about. So thank you so much for helping me get my life back.
Thank you. And would you do me a favor and write me an email, sharing what you just shared with us? I'd like to send it out.
Of course.
I mean, we only have, like, maybe 30 people on the call, and I'd like to send it out to 5,000.
Yeah, of course. I would love to.
Great. Thank you. Okay. Keep coming back. Thank you. Bye-bye. Who's next?
This one says, my mom is at University of California, San Francisco, which is a 2.5-hour drive for me. I'm unable to take food to her. I'm very frustrated because she needs a food source to provide nutrition to supply her the strength needed to heal. Food is the only source of nutrition to give her strength. Unfortunately, the King diet fills her up with dangerously heart-attacking foods like bacon and butter. This is something she was eating on a daily basis. On average, a pound of bacon a day and a whole cube of butter to keep weight on her body. The parasites continue to eat the inside of her body. My mom was 138 pounds, and she continued to lose weight. The last time she weighed herself, she was 105 pounds. I'm at a loss, Richard. I would appreciate some guidance here, please. She can't eat these.
Yeah, so, any diet can be bad, including the King diet. A pound of bacon, and a thing of butter. You can have, on the King diet, you can have 50 hamburgers a day. But I don't think it's going to be healthy, and I wouldn't recommend it. Balance is important in all diets, and including this one. Yes, Robin?
I just want to say that, I'm a carnivore, and I was concerned about my blood pressure and cholesterol. And because I eat meat, I eat butter, I stopped taking any of the vitamins, that could help with those things. And actually, things went down.
Yeah.
I don't eat bacon all the time, but I mean, I do eat sugar-free bacon now and then. I eat a lot of butter, and I eat hamburgers. I eat meat. I eat steaks.
But you're far from a pound of bacon a day, right?
Right.
Yeah. Maybe one or two strips.
No, I mean, I'll cook up a pound of bacon and maybe I'll eat it over 3 days, but then I won't eat any again for like months and months and months.
Right. You go through spurts, but on a daily basis, it would be very unhealthy on a daily basis to eat bacon, low sodium bacon that's only one on the diet, or eat that much butter. We have rice bran oil. We talked about ways of keeping up weight in the diet section, consuming the fat from chicken skin or animal skin is a way of keeping up weight. As far as being in an ICU, I have no idea how anybody survives with Morgellons in an ICU environment, being fed, through the tube with glucose. I have no idea. There are just certain things that are beyond our sphere of influence, and that's definitely one of them. I have no idea. So, okay, that concludes. You have anything to add to this? We've had some fantastic people share their experiences, which are really wonderful. I mean, I'm glad to find, you and I and Mary, we're making an impact. People are really getting their lives back, which, the only reason I am here, it's not to sell anything.
Right.
I'm here to get results. And if it were not for people like Jan, who shared today, and Joy, and the other gal, I'm sorry I forgot her name, but I asked her to email me, we would not be here. We would not be here. It's results that produce. And in terms of, where can you find a program that is totally free? I mean, most people, when they give us their email, they don't know. They have no concept of what they just found in their lives. They found a complete program for free. The book is free. The King Diet is free. Robin's coaching and Ethel's and Anna's and Nick's coaching, free. The updates are free. We have videos on overcoming depression, sleeping better, affirmations, inner world of tranquility, all free. And you don't have to buy anything from our store. But I would think that once you got the diet to work, once you got our energy, that you would want to support us in return. And I appreciate that. And again, if you look at the pricing in our store of everything there, we've got teas, we've got essential oils, we've got supplements. They are no different than, maybe a little less than what you're going to find on Amazon, if you could even find them on Amazon. So, or even in your GNC store down the street. So I want to thank everyone. That concludes this portion of the program.